In 2020, I had a bunch of free time for some reason. I can't remember why exactly. Anyway, my brother offered me an Xbox One with Red Dead Redemption already installed on it, and since I had all this free time, I accepted. At the time, I wouldn't have called myself a gamer, but it didn't take long till I was hooked, more so than I have ever been. At the same time, I started watching game room tours on YouTube, and I fell in love with all the cool ways people had their collections displayed. I wanted that. Plus, I really distrust paid digital content. It would be one thing if you paid for some ones and zeros and then were allowed to easily keep your own digital backup, ensuring you can enjoy it in the future. But no, now most digital content is the opposite. It's hosted on servers or dependent on console connectivity, and when these things change or go away, you might just lose all the access to all this games and content you've paid for. But if you have physical copies, most games will work long past the console's supported lifespan, although that's not always true, as we have seen with newer internet-connected consoles. Anyway, I realized I wanted a game collection, for the preservation, sure, but more for the fun. I love organizing and rearranging stuff, as strange as that seems. My collection quickly outgrew the small metal basket I was keeping games in, plus you could not see the games in there. After watching quite a few YouTube game room tours, I realized that for maximum enjoyment, I needed to have my games out where I could see them. I'm a woodworker, a hobby I also started in the mysterious free time in 2020. I wish I could remember what happened. So I made myself a small shelf for my game collection and then quickly outgrew it. Then I made a medium shelf, quickly outgrew it, and then I traded it for some video game stuff. But this is the kind of problem I like, a problem that can be solved with woodworking. So I built a bigger shelf, and that's what I'm using now. Keep in mind the shelf I'm showing you today is not finished. It's rainy and cold season in the Pacific Northwest, and I live in a small one-bedroom apartment with my wife and our son, our cat. The only place I can do dust creating work is outside, so finishing the shelf has been put on hold until I can be outside without being frozen or soaked. It's a simple shelf because I like simple, modern design that's not just white. No bevels, no chamfers, no coves, no fillets, maybe a round over on the corners to make them a little softer, and that's about it. After all, I want these shelves and stands to display my games and not draw attention to themselves. Plus, all that stuff just makes wood look like granny furniture to me. I don't like it. 5 shelves, just tall and deep enough for a DVD case. All the shelves except the second one are also adjustable. Buying a media shelf like this of any quality costs probably close to $100. I don't even really know why. And even if the build quality is decent, I often find the finishes are kind of ugly until you get into shelves that cost like a lot more. So this thing is sturdy, adjustable, simple, and extremely cheap. Well, for me at least, since I get to take wood scraps home from my job. If you look close, you'll see that this shelf isn't large pieces of plywood, but a bunch of small pieces glued together. I'm lucky enough to get free wood easily, but before I was at my current job, I found free wood online in the form of pallets, teardowns from remodels, IKEA bed slats, and plenty more. It's certainly a little legwork, but I managed to do it even without having a car. I am also lucky that I just enjoy sourcing free and cheap building materials and then building stuff. I just love it. Right now, this is pretty much the perfect size for my small collection, but I'm sure it won't be big enough for long. Soon I'll have to build a companion or replacement. We're hoping to move soon, so I'll probably just wait till that happens. I haven't even finished this one yet after all. Now here's a quick tour of my shelf and my video game collection. Starting from the top, I've got my 3DS cards behind 2 Animal Crossing amiibos. Next to them is a Meowth amiibo I got in an amiibo lot. I don't know anything about Pokemon, but hey, this figure is actually kind of cool looking. The Nintendo sign I got from 3D Knacks on Etsy, and I also got the 3D N64 logo from them. Good stuff. On the first shelf here, I've got a translucent purple Game Boy Color with 4 games and a terrible light, but a terrible light is truly much better than nothing. Someday I would love to get a modded Game Boy with a lit color screen. That would be very convenient. I only have one physical Switch game, Mario Kart 8 on the left, so it's displayed face out in front of the Mario Kart toy we've had since long before I got into game collecting. I just grabbed it from the tchotchke shelf and put it on the game shelf. The Wiggler Caterpillar and the blue wind-up Yoshi came from some Tomy buildable figure Super Mario mystery packs that I got on vacation. On the second shelf, I've got my GameCube, Wii, and Wii U games together on the left. The Pikmin Amiibo came with the same Amiibo lot that gave me the Meowth. I knew nothing about Pikmin till my brother-in-law kindly gave me his Wii U and games with Pikmin included. I'd always heard about Pikmin, and I finally tried it out on the Wii U, only to find out that The Wild at Heart, a game my wife and I had both been enjoying on the Xbox, is a Pikmin clone. So I knew I would like Pikmin, and I decided to display the figurine proudly. Next to that, I've got 3 PS1 games from the thrift shop that I play on my PS3. My physical DS and 3DS games are on the far right. The third shelf has Xbox 360, PS3, and Xbox One games, plus Neverwinter Nights for the PC. I found out the DVD drive on my computer was broken when I tried installing that one, so great. Next is the Sega Shelf. I've got my broken Genesis, which I will make a video about when I attempt to fix it. On top of that is a Retrobit wireless Genesis controller. On the right, 3 Genesis games. Echo the Dolphin, Tides of Time, Echo the Dolphin, Hard Driving, and World Championship Soccer. World Championship Soccer is just a cheap soccer game I got for a couple bucks at a thrift store. I also made the stands that the Genesis and the games are on. The Genesis is just on a metal earring rack that I bent into shape to hold the console. The games are on wood stands that I made specifically for holding cartridges. I also made another type of wooden stand to hold games and DVDs and Blu-rays and cartridges and books and more. I plan to make more of these in the future and maybe sell them. And on the bottom shelf, I've got some GameCube Jungle Beat bongos that work with Donkey Konga, Donkey Konga 2, Donkey Konga 3, and Donkey Kong Jungle Beat. I don't have any of those games yet, but I got the bongos as a trade for my middle-sized shelf. I also got this neat Genesis cartridge drawer in the same trade. There's also some Mother/Earthbound figurines that came in the aforementioned Amiibo lot. I had no idea what they were when I got them, and so I left them in the box. Eventually, I watched an excellent YouTube video series about Earthbound/Mother by Press Start to Continue. I pulled the figures out of the box and put them up. I haven't played anything in the series yet, but boy does it sound interesting with a bunch of quirky humor and a bunch of heart. There's also a CD booklet with loose discs, and my Nintendo 2DS XL is down there. To the right of the shelf is a Mario lunchbox and our Switch carrying case. My wife loves Animal Crossing, and I should play more. It seems super fun, I just haven't gotten into it. And to the left of the shelf is my cord bin. I really like the idea of displaying stuff you'd usually hide, so I like the glass door case. It works great for power cords and USB cords and the PS3i, which I've hardly used. In the future, I'd love to come up with like a clever way to display all the bits that usually get hidden away, like cords and connectors and whatnot. I don't think that's something I've seen thus far. And that's pretty much it for now. It won't stay like this for long because I can't stop buying retro games, but I really like what I have so far, and I look forward to collecting more stuff and making more videos about it in the future. Thank you for watching. I've been great. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do next, but you might as well like and subscribe because it's going to be even better than this, and it'll be the biggest regret of your life if you miss it. Thanks.